All right, DEVCON leaders, welcome. Today, we are diving deep into something absolutely essential, the official fundraising playbook. This is our guide, yours and mine, to fueling your chapter's amazing mission, doing it with real purpose, and, just as importantly, with perfect compliance. Let's get right into it.
First off, I want you to just look at what is possible. Seriously, check out these numbers from DEVCON Buchanan. Over $250,000 pesos for Bookfest. This isn't some fantasy. This is what happens when creativity meets smart strategy. And you know what? Every single chapter can achieve this kind of success.
So here's our roadmap for this session. We're going to start with the why, the real purpose behind it all. Then we'll get inspired by some amazing stories from other chapters. After that, we'll get serious and cover the non-negotiable rules, talk about how we protect the organization, and then wrap up with your first steps to get out there and make it happen.
Okay, Section 1, the why. Before we even think about the how-to, it is so crucial that we're all on the same page. Fundraising isn't just about getting cash for your next event. No, it's way bigger than that. It's about pouring fuel on the fire of our collective mission.
You see, the real goal here is to think beyond just one-off events. It's about building something that lasts. When you fundraise effectively, you're ensuring your chapter can keep its programs running year after year, creating a real, sustainable impact in your local tech community. And let's never forget this core truth. We are a nationwide nonprofit. We're not just some brand that puts on cool tech conferences. Every single peso you raise is part of this much larger mission. Your hard work supports the growth of every chapter and empowers leaders all across the country.
All right, now for the really fun part. Let's get inspired by some brilliant ideas from your fellow chapter leaders. This section is all about learning from the best, proven strategies and creative tactics that are already working out there in the real world.
Check this out. This is DEVCON Buchanan again. They raised over 11,000 pesos. And get this, they did it in less than a month. How? Not with some giant corporate sponsor, but with super creative ideas like a coffee for a cause and partnerships with local markets. It just proves you can make a real impact fast.
And this is just genius. It's what DEVCON Pampanga did. They found a local cafe and created the perfect win-win. Our role? We bring the people, we promote the event, we deliver awesome content. Their role? They give us the venue for free, and they get a whole room full of new customers. It's an amazing way to cut costs and build community at the same time.
This whole idea leads us to a super important concept, the in-kind partnership. This is basically when a partner gives you something you need, goods or services, instead of cash. It could be a venue, like when DOST helps out in Cebu, or it could be meals, speakers, you name it. Honestly, you should pursue these aggressively. They massively reduce your financial risk and your workload.
So, when you look at the success of chapters like Laguna and Ilolo, what's the big lesson? It all comes down to relationships. You build strong partnerships on shared values. You need a clear pitch for sponsors, and professionalism is everything. You're not just asking for money, you're building a long-term investment.
All right, let's take a breath and shift gears. We need to talk about the rules of the road. And I really want you to think of these not as restrictions, but as guardrails. They're here for a very important reason, to protect you, to protect your chapter, and to protect the entire DEVCON brand we've all worked so hard to build.
And here it is, the big one, the golden rule. Let me be as clear as I possibly can. All financial sponsorships, every single one with zero exceptions, must be processed through the official DEVCON HQ corporate bank account. This is non-negotiable.
So why are we so absolute about this? Well, it's for some incredibly important reasons. This rule is what protects our legal status as a nonprofit. It's what ensures we're compliant with all the tax laws. It gives our sponsors total transparency, and it gives us the centralized oversight we need to be fully accountable. And just to be absolutely crystal clear on this point, as a local chapter, you are not a separate legal entity. This means you are strictly 100% prohibited from opening your own bank accounts, and that includes using personal accounts or any e-wallets for chapter funds. It has to go through the official channel.
And there's one more crucial checkpoint. Before any transaction involving that corporate account is started, you absolutely must have explicit written authorization from the national office. This prevents any mistakes or unauthorized spending and keeps our finances locked down and secure. So all of these rules lead directly into our next big topic, protecting our house.
This is all about doing our due diligence, managing risk, and, most of all, upholding the incredible reputation that DEVCON has across the country.
So, in practice, what does this mean? It means any official document, a memorandum of agreement, an MOU, any written contract that involves money or sponsorship, it has to be reviewed and approved by the national office before you sign anything. This is a mandatory safety net. And the reason we have these checks and balances is stated right here in our official policy. I'll read it directly. DEVCON maintains a zero-tolerance policy against corruption. We cannot and will not allow our organization to be used as a vehicle for any kind of misuse of funds. There is no gray area here.
And we have to be upfront about what happens if these rules aren't followed. The consequences are serious because this stuff is serious. It can lead to suspension of leaders, having your chapter status revoked, withdrawal of all national support, and even a formal investigation. We take this accountability incredibly seriously.
Okay, deep breath. We've covered the tough stuff. Now, let's pivot back to the exciting part, making amazing things happen. This section is your game plan to get started on the right foot with total confidence.
So if you're dreaming up a big event, listen up. Success starts with planning way ahead. A full year out, you should be talking to the national office about your idea. 6 to 8 months before, that formal proposal and budget need to be in, and about 5 months out, you're locking in those major sponsors. Planning is everything.
So let's put it all together. Here is your step-by-step process. First, build your strategy. Then, create a killer sponsorship package and start talking to potential partners early. Then you follow the process. Submit your proposal to HQ, get that written approval for everything, and then go out there and deliver amazing value to your partners.
Look, if there is one single thing you remember from all of this, let it be this right here. The secret formula for success is balancing that amazing creative ambition your chapter has with disciplined, responsible execution. That right there, that's how you create impact that lasts. So there you have it. The complete playbook is now in your hands. You have the strategies, you have the rules, and you have the first steps to success. The only question left is the one you see right now. What incredible impact is your chapter going to create this year? Now go make it happen.